Hi students, today in this session we are going to discuss some numericals based upon stereoisomerism. After watching this video, you can solve any problem based upon stereoisomerism, that is on optical isomerism and geometrical isomerism. So that is the stereoisomerism mainly involves optical isomerism and geometrical isomerism. So let us have a look on questions one by one. So here calculate the total number of optically active isomers for this molecule. So here the given molecule is CHO. We can write this like this: CHOH thrice and CH2OH. So we can write this molecule like this: H and OH, again CHOH, CHOH and CH2OH. So here you are asked to find out the optically active isomers. So now we have to find out the number of chiral carbons. So here the chiral carbons are these. So these are the chiral carbons. So there are 3 chiral carbons are there. So that's why N is equal to 3. So if the molecule consists of 1 chiral carbon, no doubt it is an asymmetric molecule. So if it consists of more than 1 chiral carbon, we have to check whether the given molecule is asymmetric molecule or symmetric molecule. So here, in order to find out the given molecule is asymmetric molecule or not, we have to check the ends of the molecule. So here the ends of the molecule are these two. One is CHO group, other one is CH2OH. So if the ends are different, then the molecule is asymmetric molecule. It is asymmetric molecule. If the ends are different, then the molecule is said to be asymmetric molecule. That means it does not exhibit any elements of symmetry. So in the previous video, we have discussed how to calculate the number of optical isomers for a given molecule. So I will give you the link in the description. So here it is. So the number of optically active forms for a symmetric molecule is 2 power n. If it is symmetric molecule, then we have to check in this way. So here it is asymmetric molecule. So the number of optically active forms are 2 power n. So 2 power n, that is equal to 2 power 3. That means 2 power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. 2 2s are 4 and 4 2s are 8. So here it is 8. So here the option is B. Okay, easy. So in this way we can easily calculate by knowing this one, this trick. Okay, and let us go for second one. So the number of enantiomers of the given compound. So here the given compound is this one. So here the given compound is CH3 CHBr. We can write CHBr like this, and again CHBr and COOH. So this molecule can be written like this. So here again it consists of 2 chiral carbons. 2 chiral carbons are there. So now we have to check the ends. Here the ends are again different. So that's why this molecule is asymmetric molecule. This asymmetric molecule consists of 2 chiral carbons. So N is equal to 2. So now we have to check the number of enantiomers. Here the number of enantiomers. So what is the number of enantiomers here? So for asymmetric molecule, the enantiomeric pairs are A by 2. That means 2 power n by 2. So here the enantiomeric pairs are A by 2. That is 2 power n by 2. A by 2, that is equal to, here A means 2 power n. So 2 power n by 2. So 2 power n means 2 power 2 by 2. That is 4 by 2. That is 2. So these two are enantiomeric pairs. 2 enantiomeric pairs are there. Listen carefully, there are 2 enantiomeric pairs, but here he asked to calculate the enantiomers. The number of enantiomers are 2 pairs means 2 into 2, that is 4. So the number of enantiomers are 4 here. So the answer is D. Okay. And next one, the number of optical isomers of lactic acid are. So here we have to know the formula for lactic acid. So what is the formula for lactic acid? So lactic acid is COOH, COH and H and CH3. So this is the lactic acid. So this lactic acid consists of only 1 chiral carbon. This is lactic acid consists of only 1 chiral carbon. So if the molecule consists of only 1 chiral carbon, it is an optically active molecule. So that's why it consists of N is equal to 1. So the number of optical isomers. that is equal to, so the number of optical isomers is total number of optical isomers means A. Okay, clear. So here these are optically active forms, enantiomeric pairs, racemic mixtures and mesoforms. So here the total number of isomers is equal to optically active forms and mesoforms. So here there is no mesoforms, that's why it is equal to 2 power n only. Okay, clear. So 2 power n, so that is equal to 2 power 1, so that is 2 only. Okay, so the total number of optically active isomers are 2 power n. Again the total isomers are also equal to 2 power n, because there is no any mesoforms. If there is any mesoforms, then we have to add the optically active forms and mesoforms. So in this case, if the molecule is symmetric molecule, then we have to go for total number of A and M, that is total isomers. So observe carefully, the total isomers are different from optically active forms. So here in this situation both are same, because there is no any mesoforms. Okay, clear. And next one, here the answer is 2, that is B. And next one, the fourth question. So which of the following compounds exhibits optical isomerism? Which of the following compound exhibits optical isomerism? So the necessary condition to exhibit optical isomerism means it should consist of, first point, it should consist of a chiral carbon. Second point, it does not consist of any elements of symmetry. So if the molecule consists of one chiral carbon, we can't check whether it consists of any elements of symmetry or not, because the molecule containing one chiral carbon is a symmetric molecule. So here this does not consist of any chiral carbons. Okay, COH, CH2 and CH3, these are not chiral carbons. So here CH3, CHOH and COOH, here it is the chiral carbon. Okay, so in order to understand clearly, let us draw the structure. COOH, CHOH and CH3. So this is the chiral carbon. So this consists of one chiral carbon, that's why it will exhibit optical isomerism. Here there is no any chiral carbons. So here also there is no any chiral carbons. So these two are similar. So that's why, so this is the correct option. Okay, this molecule exhibits optical isomerism. And next, optically active isomers but not mirror images are called. So optically active isomers but not the mirror images. So what is meant by enantiomers? Here enantiomers, what is enantiomers? The optically active isomers which are having non-superimposable and not the mirror images. Non-superimposable mirror images. The optically active forms which are non-superimposable and having mirror image relationship are called enantiomers. Here he asked to not mirror images, so that's why not enantiomers. So here it is diastereomers, because optically active isomers which are not the mirror images are called diastereomers. So mesoforms means it will not possess any optical isomerism. Tautomers means which exhibits tautomerism, that means the isomerism which is arises due to migration of H plus ions are called tautomers. Okay, and next, glucose has optical isomers. How many optical isomers? So glucose, in order to do this we have to draw the structure of glucose. So here I am giving you the structure of glucose. So glucose, this molecular formula is C6H12O6. So this is the molecular formula of glucose. So the structure will be like this: H and OH and COH and H, COH and H and CH2OH. So this is the structure of glucose. So in this glucose, how many number of chiral carbons are there? So here it is the chiral carbon 2, 3 and 4. So these are the chiral carbons. This is not chiral carbon. So here it consists of 4 chiral carbons. So that's why, and this molecule is symmetric molecule or asymmetric molecule. Here the ends are different. So that's why it is a asymmetric molecule. Okay, it is an asymmetric molecule. That's why it consists of 2 power n isomers. 2 power n means 2 power 4. That is 16 isomers will be available. So here the number of optical isomers will be 16. Okay, clear? These are optical isomers only, but not all the isomers are may not be optically active isomers. Here you are asked to calculate optical isomers only. Okay, so there are 16 optical isomers are there. And next one, the number of geometrical isomers of this molecule. So the number of geometrical isomers. So geometrical isomerism is generally exhibited by alkenes. So here it is a polyene. So in case of polyene also, we have to check whether the given molecule is asymmetric molecule or symmetric molecule. So here also the ends are similar. If the ends are similar, we have to check the ends only. If the ends are similar, then the molecule is symmetric molecule. So here the molecule is symmetric molecule. So in case of symmetric molecule, what is the formula for predicting number of geometrical isomers? So here also I gave you a trick in the previous video. So that is, so this one, if the ends of polyene is different, then 2 power n. If the ends of polyene are same, then we have to go for the number of double bonds. Here these are same, then the number of double bonds is 3. N is equal to 3. So if it is odd number, if the number of double bonds is odd number, then the formula will be 2 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n minus 1 by 2. So in order to remember this one, I gave you a trick in the previous video. I will give you the link in the description. So that is 2 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n minus 1 by 2. So what is the n value here? 1, 2, 3. 3 double bonds are there. So n is equal to 3. So 2 power 3 minus 1 plus 2 power 3 minus 1 by 2. 2 power 2 plus 2 power 1. That is 4 plus 2, that is 6. So the total number of isomers will be 6 here. Okay. And next, the following compounds A, B and C have R or S configuration. So here in our we have to assign the configuration of the molecule by using Kahn-Ingold-Prelong's rules. So Kahn-Ingold-Prelong's rules, that is CIP rules. Okay. So now we have to check this one. So first this is the chiral carbon. So in order to assign the RS configuration, there are some rules. So the rules also explained in the another video. I will give you the link for the video also. So here we have to give order of preference for the 4 groups. So here carbon, oxygen, hydrogen and carbon. So first preference goes to OH and second preference goes to COOH and third one and lowest preference goes to hydrogen. So here it is in this direction 1, 2, 3. So here in case of Fisher projection formula, we have already discussed about this. In case of Fisher projection formula, the lowest preferred element should always present at the vertical position, that is here. The lowest preferred element should always present at the vertical position. So that's why here it is in the direction, that is anti-clockwise direction. The decreasing order of priority is in clockwise direction, then the molecule is then the molecule is capital D configuration or R configuration. If the decreasing order of priority is in clockwise direction, then the molecule is said to be R molecule. If it is in anti-clockwise direction, then the molecule is said to be Cenistous, S molecule. So here the order of priority is in anti-clockwise direction. So here it should be in S, but it is R, because a small trick I have given, that is if the lowest preferred element is present at the horizontal position, it should be reversed. The configuration will be inverted. Here it is in anti-clockwise direction, that's why it should be inverted, that is R. Okay, clear? And next one, first preference goes to oxygen, second preference goes to carbon. So in the 3 are carbons, so here COOH is there, so that's why second preference, third one and fourth one. Here also lowest preferred element is in the horizontal position, so we have to invert the configuration. So here 1, 2, 3, that is anti-clockwise direction, so that's why it is R. We have to invert to S into R. Okay. And next one, carbon, all are carbons here, but here triple bonded carbons are there, triple bonded nitrogen and triple bonded carbon. So here the first preference goes to triple bonded nitrogen and second preference goes to triple bonded carbon. Here it is 3, here it is 4. Again here also lowest preferred element is present at the horizontal position, so that's why we have to invert the configuration. So 1, 2, 3, this is clockwise direction, so if you invert this one, it will become anti-clockwise, that is S. So R or S. So here R or S means the first one. So this is the option. Okay, clear? And next one. So what is the RS configuration for each stereogenic center in the given molecule from top to bottom? So here this is the given molecule. So this is one chiral carbon, second one, third one. So there are 3 chiral carbons are there. So now we have to assign RS configuration. So here ends are different. Okay, so that's why it is asymmetric molecule. So here 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. So second carbon will exhibit one configuration. Again third carbon and fourth carbon. We have to check these 3. So first we have to check order of priority. So here oxygen is there 1. Here CHO is there. So it will become second and third one. So the entire group will become third one, and lowest preferred element is hydrogen. Okay, clear? So the direction of decreasing priority 1, 2, 3. So it is in this direction, that is in anti-clockwise direction. But here the hydrogen, the lowest preferred element, is present at the horizontal position. So in Fischer projection formula we have to invert it. That means it is in anti-clockwise. So the configuration will be rectus. Okay. And next one. So this one, CHO, OH and H, and H and OH, OH and H, CH2, OH. So for this carbon you have to check the configuration. So in this carbon the first preference goes to oxygen here, and the second preference goes to carbon and carbon. 2 similar elements are there. If there exist 2 similar elements, we have to go for next element. So here the next element is again oxygen, oxygen, hydrogen, hydrogen. So these will be cancelled, and next goes to CHO and CH2OH. CHO means it will get highest priority. Okay, so that's why second preference goes to this one, and third preference goes to this group. So here it is 3. Lowest preference goes to this hydrogen. So in this direction 1, 2, 3. Here it is in clockwise direction, but the lowest preferred element is present at the horizontal position. So that's why we have to invert. Clockwise means R. If you invert it, it will become S. Okay. So the second carbon, that is third carbon, third chiral carbon, that is S configuration. And next one, this one. So that is this carbon. So again I am writing here for the clarity. So just go through with our previous video, you can easily solve this problem. Okay, so this is the carbon. So here 1, and the second preference goes to carbon. Here there are 2 carbons are there. Then we have to check for the next element. So here 2 carbons are there. So this carbon is attached to 1 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, 1 carbon. So here this carbon is attached to 1 hydrogen, 1 oxygen and 1 carbon. This carbon is attached to 2 hydrogens and 1 OH. So that is which will get highest priority. This carbon is attached to carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. Here only oxygen and 2 hydrogens. So that's why it will get highest priority. So this will get second priority, and third one, this will become fourth one. So the degree of decreasing, that is decreasing order of priority 1, 2, 3. It is in anti-clockwise direction. So but the lowest preferred element is in horizontal position. So that's why we have to invert the configuration. So anti-clockwise means it is S generally. So if you invert it, it will become R. So that is R. Okay, R, S and R. So where it is? Here it is, R, S, R. Okay, clear? So in this way you can solve any problem based upon this stereoisomerism. So here is a small question for you. So what is the configuration for glucose? So assign RS configuration for all the carbon atoms. So here it is glucose. So glucose, I am giving the structure of glucose. Here it is. So it consists of 4 chiral carbons. So you have to assign all the configurations, whether it is R or S. So you can comment me on comment box. Okay. You can comment me the answer in comment box. So how many isomers are there? Total 16 isomers are there. So you have to check for this one only. So this is the structure of glucose. So this is configuration. Okay, thank you. Like the session, share the session and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.